Friday, SpaceX went public, ticker SPCX, largest IPO in human history, $1.75 trillion valuation at open, closed above $2 trillion on day one. And I want to be honest with you, I had my finger on the trigger. I did the research. I built the case. I was genuinely excited. And then I found something that stopped me cold. Today I'm walking you through everything, the bull case, what changed my mind, and the trade I made instead, because I think most people buying SPCX right now are missing a much bigger picture. Let me tell you why this was so tempting. SpaceX dominates global orbital launches, reusable Falcon 9 rockets that nobody thought were possible a decade ago, real competitive moat. But the actual money machine is Starlink, satellite internet pulling in $11.4 billion of their $18.7 billion in 2025 revenue, over 10 million subscribers, 60+% profit margins. That is a SaaS business strapped to a rocket. They got fast-tracked into the NASDAQ 100 after just 15 trading days. Every triple Q tracker on the planet has to buy shares by early July. Forced demand, pure momentum, long-term, Starship, Mars, space-based AI infrastructure. Musk has been laughed at before and delivered every time. That track record is real. I was in. Mentally, I was already in. And then I started pulling the macro thread. Here's what stopped me. SpaceX is just the first. Anthropic and OpenAI could both go public within the next 3 to 12 months. Combined, those three companies alone could pull over $200 billion of liquidity out of public markets in a very short window. The entire dot-com boom raised about $265 billion across hundreds of companies over several years. We're talking about three names potentially matching that number. And that money has to come from somewhere. It comes from you, from your existing positions, from the market. Now layer this on top. The S&P 500 PE ratio is sitting near 32x against a 15-year average of around 20x. Already stretched. But the number that really got my attention is the Shiller CAPE, and I want to explain this one properly because most people blow past it. Regular PE takes the current stock price and divides it by last year's earnings. The problem is one great year can make everything look cheap, and one bad year can make everything look expensive. It's a snapshot that lies to you. The Shiller CAPE, created by Nobel Prize-winning economist Robert Shiller, fixes that. Instead of 1 year of earnings, it uses the average of the last 10 years adjusted for inflation. 10 years smooths out the boom and bust cycles. It gives you a much more honest read on what you're actually paying for the long-run earning power of the market. The historical average CAPE is around 16 to 17. Right now it's sitting near 42. That means you are paying roughly 2.5 times what has historically been considered a fair price for the market. And here's the part that made me stop. The only other time it was this high was the year 2000. Right before the dot-com crash, it peaked at about 44, and we are sitting at 42 right now. I'm not saying crash incoming, I'm saying the conditions rhyme with something we've seen before, and when you add a $200 billion liquidity drain on top of a market price like it's 1999, I'd rather be deliberate than swept up. One more thing, the top 10 holdings make up about 38% of VOO and nearly 50% of triple Q. You think you're buying a diversified index, you're actually making a concentrated leveraged AI bet, and SpaceX is about to get added to that pile whether triple Q holders want it or not. NASDAQ's shorter inclusion window means it happens by early July. S&P kept its rules, so VOO is spared. But if you hold triple Q, you're getting SPCX exposure whether you chose it or not. So I stepped back and asked a different question. If space, AI, and autonomy are the next decade, what actually has to work for all of it to function? Think about what Starlink does. It connects satellites to ground stations. It powers drone operations. It runs Starshield for military applications. It is the backbone of the next generation of autonomous systems. Every single one of those connections is an attack surface. Every satellite link, every drone command signal, every AI model talking to enterprise infrastructure. The space economy and the AI economy don't work without security underneath them. The cybersecurity layer isn't a side story, it is the story. And the market is completely asleep on it while everyone stares at rockets. So here's what I did instead. Sentinel-1, ticker S. AI native endpoint and cloud security, not traditional antivirus with an AI sticker slapped on it, built from the ground up for the threat environment that AI is actively accelerating, growing annual recurring revenue, expanding into cloud workload protection and identity security. And here's the timing piece that matters. Enterprise buyers are actively diversifying away from single vendor security dependency right now. That shift is creating real openings for Sentinel-1 to take meaningful market share. SpaceX is the rocket. Sentinel-1 is the shield that makes the rocket worth anything. The market is paying a historic premium for the rocket. The shield is sitting there at a fraction of the attention. For this portfolio, that is the asymmetric bet. That is where I put my money. Look, SpaceX is an incredible company. Starlink is a real business. I understand completely why people are buying. But $200 billion in potential liquidity drain, Shiller CAPE near 2,000 levels, index concentration that makes diversification feel like a marketing word. When I laid all that out, I couldn't justify chasing a $2 trillion valuation on a company that lost $5 billion last year. I wanted the cybersecurity play. I wanted the infrastructure underneath the hype. Sentinel-1 is that trade for me this week. Are you buying SPCX or sitting it out? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to run the same experiment alongside us, set up your own paper portfolio and place your own trades. Let's see who comes out ahead. Dumb money, smart moves. The 100K experiment continues.